Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Dark Queen Revan. Hello. And welcome back to another episode of Talking Tech for 2021. Camera. I'm sitting too high.
Just trying to get the reverb coming through. So you
Yeah.
can kind of hear it, yeah. It's hard to hear it over my bloody deep voice.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think it'll be alright.
Hey gang, how are we? We were just having some mic issues at my end.
Actually, I don't think it's your end. I think it's through the Go XLR. So I'll have to have it listen to that and see if that's the issue or not. Last week I had a problem with my stuff. So, but hey Dark, how you going? Do we both sound okay? Clear? Because I can hear Ricky like coming through like tinny from my headphones, but it apparently sounds clear when we did the recording.
It's really weird. So yeah, we were getting tinny sort of sounds as I was talking to him in Discord.
I still hear it.
Which I've experienced before, I believe. But then obviously when we did recordings, yeah, it sounded okay. So I'm not sure.
Does sound good to me? Oh, we sound good.
All right, cool.
Sweet.
Good to go.
All right. As mentioned before, welcome back to another episode of Talking Tech, and it's pretty much the official first one for 2021. I would like to thank Ricky Rycover Tweets for joining in once again for the show, as well as our sponsors for Talking Tech. So we'll probably mention them a few times, but obviously we have just started the show. So Cooler Master, so with a vast range of keyboards, mice, cases and power supplies, and even liquid cooling, head over to coolermaster.com for all your next hardware needs, as well as Tesoro Tech. Tesoro Tech have been sponsoring, well, they sponsor. I'm actually sitting on their what's this? One of their soccer
Real
ones,
Madrid.
Real Madrid's chairs.
Real Madrid.
Pretty awesome seat, to be honest. And yeah, so you can check out Tesoro Tech, or you can buy these chairs from Scorptech Computers. So I think we'll just sort of let the ball roll for
yeah, it's been good, mate. It's been an interesting start to the year. We were obviously, what a year last year. We were interrupted, and obviously we had plans to go to a few shows and tech shows and all that. Never happened. So we're interested to see what this year brings, hoping that a new year, fresh start. But it looks like a lot of the crap has carried over, doesn't it?
Tell me about it. I know,
look,
man.
I'm excited, mate. I'm excited for 2021. I'm hoping for a lot more tech news, a lot more, exciting sort of hardware to come out. I don't think there's much in the gaming sector. I mean, we can probably talk about this a bit later.
Oh, we'll definitely.
I mean, last year we were waiting for what Cyberpunk, and we had a few other big titles coming out, but
which got released, and it's a bit of a flop, but not so much a flop in perspective where people were not liking the game. It was the amount of bugs and issues they had within the game, and
bugs,
that was the main problem with it. And releasing it, obviously they had 2 delays in the last month and a bit. And then bang, it got released out. So yeah, I wasn't expecting too much out of it, but it's at least at this time around, it's should be picking up. I've probably played about an hour, and the hour that I've played is benchmarking. It's like not even the game.
Really?
So yeah, pretty much all the benchmarks that I've got like 4 videos ready to go at the moment, and it's literally just been for benchmarking only with Cyberpunk.
Wow.
And that's it, really, to be honest. Apart from that, so with 2020 was a bit of a shit year for everyone.
Wasn't it,
as Ricky mentioned. So we obviously didn't go to any of the tech shows. I missed out on Computex as well. PAX was obviously one of the Australian main ones. And it got really, funny enough, it actually got really busy at work, and IRL got busy the last 3-4 months of 2020. And it's obviously taking care of the kids at home as well. They weren't at school as much at all, if anything, being in Victoria. And that really gave us a good hit. So at this stage, hopefully I should be able to pick up a few more, make my time a bit more scarce when we're going to PC 419. I've sort of pulled back a lot with PC 419, and I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm actually be scheduling my stream, scheduling my filming, and then scheduling some time with the community as well. There's actually community night tonight, and I'm pretty sure there's a few guys in the actual Discord.
Yeah, saw that. Saw that.
Getting ready for
go
it.
live over the community night.
Yeah, no, it's okay for now. Like they'll obviously they'll probably jump in and play something. So, but yeah, we're just testing tonight. So we will be doing talking tech, and we'll see how far we get with it. But particularly tonight, we'll just be sort of testing, and hopefully everything else works. And then we'll be doing the scheduled show next Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. AE time, regular time. So, but apart from that, what else is new, Ricky? So,
not much, mate.
You've got a new headset and you've got a new mic.
Pieces around the new mic. Obviously, the Rode Procaster. I had the Audio Technica AT2020. It was going okay, and then I had a bit of a break over Christmas, and when I came back into the new year, did some testing and some recordings, and put a YouTube out as well. And mate, the quality of it and I don't know, it just dropped over the break. I tried to do some testing. I rang, spoke to a lot of Audio Technica people and stuff like that, and they're like, yeah, it's faulty. I'm like, oh, okay. So I got rid of it, got some money back from it, and switched to the Rode Procaster, which I'm really happy with at the moment. The first issue we've had is the tinniness coming through Discord.
But, I don't think it's yours. Honestly, it's definitely because I'm using the Go XLR now, so I've gone away from my original setup. So I'm trying to use the Go XLR because if you start you just want to sort of So if that's my main thing, really want to get in here, and I want to really muck around with it a bit more as well, which I haven't. So that'll be the next thing I'll be looking at doing. But
nice.
It's going to be pretty interesting, to be honest.
Slowly getting there with the tech thing. I think the next thing for me is camera. I wouldn't mind getting probably going up just to the Brio for now.
Okay.
And then after that, probably look into the mixer itself, because I'm choosing the Scarlett, Focusrite Scarlett, and I'm not sure. Probably Go XLR, but also the Rodecaster as well.
Yeah, right. Oh,
looks pretty sick as well.
Rodecaster is not suited for us.
It's not what? Sorry.
Not suited for streamers. It's literally for like if you're a podcast team with like one person using the podcast or the Rodecaster, you've got like 4 people around the table. That's really what it's made for. If you're for streaming, the Go XLR will be the best thing to do for you, because you can control your music, you can control your systems, you can change systems to game. So I haven't done that yet. So at the moment now I'm just going everything on system. And the issue I had is like what you were hearing before. So I was testing this with Dark last week, and she could hear like all notifications, everything coming through.
Yeah, well, that's what we were saying at the start of the stream as well, weren't we? When we first started the call, sorry, we could hear your Windows notifications going off.
So yeah, I've got to muck around a bit more. I didn't have a chance this week to do it, but I've got pretty much it's sorted out to a sense at the moment. But I'll do some more working out reason why I can hear the tinging, but the guys can't hear it, which is pretty good. But I think what we'll do is we'll start with the straw poll for tonight. I already put it into the chat. If you guys haven't seen it yet, so I'll add that in there again just in case. So this was last week's straw poll. We had it on Twitter as well. So have you swapped over from Team Red from Team Blue in 2020? And this were the questions here. So it's yes, no, thinking about it, or happy with my current PC. I actually did change to Team Red. So I went from Intel to AMD. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to hit the vote.
Yep.
And
you did switch. What was it, late last year when you were?
it was like mid last year.
Getting some issues, weren't you? And then you switched to Ryzen and
exactly
fixed it all.
Yep. So so it's 33. So 4 votes went to yes, 4 no, 2 thinking about it, and 2 are happy with the current setup. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. But what are you currently running now on your system?
So I've still got the i7 9700K, I think it is.
Yep.
Off the top of my head. So the next, I've been sort of working on the sort of peripherals around it, and obviously put a lot of money and effort into the actual PC. And once that started off, I did stick with the 1070, so I'm probably in line to get. I wouldn't mind making the jump to a 3080, but again, money doesn't grow on trees. You know what I mean? So we just got to take it easy and just. I'm just sort of been replacing things that break, unfortunately, as well. That's been sort of my thing. But when I do get, some money in the back pocket, and, I save up a fair bit, I think, the big things for the CPU would probably be, getting the GPU would be a next thing.
Yeah. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you, Golf. And it's 37 months in a row. Much appreciated, mate. I know, Golf, you guys are actually doing the PC 419 community night. So if you guys want to join into that, join into the Discord channel. And the guys are down at the Wayland chat. So if you guys want to join that, we do it every Thursday night. Tonight, I sort of jumped in doing Talking Tech with Ricky here. So we're doing a bit of a test Talking Tech stream. If it all goes well, hope you guys are sort of enjoying more of the actual the scenes as well. So we're changing that around. I know you are, Duck. Thank you. And yeah, so from that side, hopefully it all works out. And then from next, like I said, from next Wednesday on, we'll be doing the actual talk show as per normal. Let's start with the first topic for tonight. So Z590, have you heard much about this? Have you seen any of the new boards that have been released?
I did see it. So obviously coming out. When was the release on those? I'm excited by them. I think they're going to be released.
Yeah, haven't been released yet.
Board. I love seeing the CPU more centered. I love the adding of the digital clock of the top of them as well. I think that looks really clean. Yeah. The color scheme as well. But they're pulling a lot of
LCDs now, and you can see a lot here as well. Ponon rating with the party of 21. Thank you very much, buddy. Welcome everyone. Ponon's a really good bloke. He actually go check his channel out because he's been playing a lot of F1 lately. Every time I see him playing F1, he was playing some sort of race. I'm not sure what he's playing at the moment. I've been away from Twitch for the last 2 months. But last time I saw it, he was obviously playing a bit of F1 or a bit of racing. So what are you doing now, Ponon? Thank you very much for joining to the show, buddy, as well.
Thanks for the raid, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so going back to this, they have done some slight modifications to it. Obviously, the main key features for Z590 is PCIe 4.0. I know, but I've been away for a while, so it's going to be coming to a short end. So I'll be back. We'll be back weekly, mate. Don't worry about that. New 11th generation CPUs, particularly the 11900K and the 11700K, and obviously add another thing as well. And then we've got the better thermal designs and better distribution for overclocking as well for the Z590s. So they have added a lot of these, and obviously with PCI 4.0, that means you get better bandwidth on your M.2s because of PCI 4.0, as well as PCI 4.0 on your PCI slots. So running 4K, for example, you are going to get a lot. Well, not so much. You won't see much of a difference at this stage because there's not really much GPU horsepower that will actually utilize PCI 4.0, but it's still there and it's good to have. I think they had no choice but to do this because X570 and AMD have had it for over a year now. Had to actually go this way. So, but as you can see from here, there's ASRock. You've got the Aorus board up here. Have a look here. You got the Asus versions here as well. MSI. The Aorus board looks actually nice. It's like it's got like a full coverage there.
I just love it. It's just like the black sort of like plate look, and it looks so clean. They're just done really well in hiding up a lot of those things, like little capacitors, little transistors, and stuff like that. I love seeing a more cleaner board that they're creating.
Do you like it? Do you like it when there's more armor on the board itself, or do you prefer?
I do. I like a more armored board, 100%. I like the more cleaner look rather than seeing little, and it's just for me. I don't know, in my head, stopping the little dust and everything getting into those little areas that it shouldn't do. Seeing a lot of the armor plating definitely, floats my boat. That's for sure.
Yeah. Evening all. Welcome to the actual chat as well. So this is PC41 on Talking Tech. I am Lee. I am the owner of PC419, and we got Ricky here from. Is it Rycover tweets now? Did you change
Rycover?
Yeah,
Rycover. Yeah, that's me.
Ricky, if you want to put your link into the chat as well, so if you guys want to hit him a follow, much appreciated. And if you want to follow PC419, more than welcome. And here we go. What do we got here? Futuristic 36. Listen, hey, I just wanted to say you become the best streamer, no doubt. Don't give up no matter what you think it is. Also, that was for me, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Futuristic 36. I was having a read of that. Sorry, this is like way too long to read it out.
Yeah, no, definitely directed at you, Lee.
That's it. Phantom Mike, thank you very much, and welcome to the chat as well, and Feber as well. Welcome. So. Talking Tech, if you guys don't know what Talking Tech is, obviously it's literally Talking Tech for what's coming out for the week. And but yeah, that's all pretty much what we do here at Talking Tech. We talk a bit of shit as well, and talk as possible. I love this Galaxy. But going back to what we're talking about on the actual topic, so we've also got here the Gigabyte versions as well. So Gigabyte are actually coming out with their new boards.
Yep.
So it's going to be a lot coming out. So CES 2020. This is all from CES 2021 as well, by the way.
It's a big show.
It was a big show. Obviously, AMD releasing their 5000 series M CPUs, and you've got Nvidia. Well, they released a new GPU this week, but I don't know why. But yeah, so there's a lot on there. So hopefully next we'll be able to see pretty much a bit more of Nvidia's GPUs coming out. Kitty girl, welcome. Hello, how you been? So we'll jump into from what I was just talking about right now, which is the AMD 5000 series mobile processors.
Yes, no, these were looking pretty incredible. I saw her, the old Lisa, up on stage releasing these. I actually managed to catch this one. This was one of the first ones that went live at CES. So it was actually at a not decent time. It was a 3 a.m. start for us at CES, but the battery life, when we get to that, the battery life in these looks incredible.
Futuristic, you're fine. And I know, Kitty, finally you're here. So going back to that. So they've released like a real buttload of CPUs. So you can see here, so from their top tier Ryzen 9 5980HX, so it's 8 cores, 16 threads. It's got a base clock of 3.3, boost clock of 4.8, 20-minute cache, and it is 7 nanometer, 45 watt. Now, you've got to be very wary on what... These are still 45 watt chips. Obviously, you're looking at 140, 120, even 100 watt chips, desktop version variants. So if you are looking at particularly for gaming, I would probably stick with the top tier Ryzen 7 or a mid to high tier Ryzen 9 CPU. And it's one of those things where particularly you got to see where AMD have come so far.
They have
so far in the last couple of years to what they are now. Like back then, if you had to go buy an AMD CPU from mobile chipset, you were literally, my friend one actually bought one and he saved like, I think it was like $700 upon buying the Intel variant. And he couldn't even play Skyrim. So it was literally that bad. And he's had a problem after problem with it. And I said, look, honestly, just sell it and go and buy an Intel variant. Yeah, he actually ended up doing that. And it was fine. Like it was all right. But now with it's actually the 5th gen and the 4th gen Ryzen mobile chipsets have both come firing at Intel, and Intel are literally their pants. And it's going to get to a point where I think Intel now have no choice but to release CPUs at a lower cost to the consumer, so they can actually get some sort of, how can I say it, like fanboys and back, so people can actually start buying Intel products, because AMD at the moment now, desktop and mobile variants, and obviously console as well, are just killing it like that. Look, when you add all those together, like AMD just destroy it.
Well, what I was excited about from their press conference as well is how much of a big game they were talking up when it came to gaming. We've never really, in my era, it's been, AMD have never been sort of the gaming CPU. They've been the multitasking, the photo editing, the video rendering sort of CPU. But my goodness, did they talk up a big game when it came to the mobile CPUs, because I'm pretty sure she said that this is specifically aimed at gamers, and I thought that was interesting to see from the AMD side of thing, that they're specifically targeting gamers with their new mobile CPUs. I'm really excited to see what AMD, and they're just leaps and bounds.
Of course, that's right.
It's honestly like it's so marginal now, but in fact in some areas AMD pulls away. So I'm excited that Intel's got a competitive, and I think like it's only good for us as the consumer when you have two giant competitors trying to outwit each other, trying to create the next biggest and baddest, because we get to see each of them battle out and get to reap the rewards. So
exactly.
I'm really excited that AMD's pushing Intel and Intel are pushing AMD.
So looking at this chart here, guys, you can see here. So anything with the 15 watt is obviously in the U series. U series is primarily made for the all day laptop. So business grade students. So people just literally doing spreadsheets, or if they're doing Word documents or so forth, even just watching Netflix, the U series will be an actually great CPU. Anything with a gaming, so pretty much 35 watt or 45 watt CPU is the one you'd be going for if you are looking at gaming. So if you look at the Ryzen 5 5600HS, that will be your lowest tier for a gaming CPU for a mobile set. And then your 5980HX is your top tier. And it does say 45 watt plus. The plus would be because of its boost clock. You can have, and plus would be meaning in regard to that, so you'll be able to actually overclock the CPU as well. 9 out of 10 for laptops. You will definitely be underclocking it, undervolting it. So probably just bringing it down a few, 0.3 of a volt, 0.3 of a volt, which will give you the same performance and run cooler and actually boost up, stay at its boost clock for a lot longer as well. But so if you look at that chart there, anything with a 15 watt CPU, so from the 58, 57, 56, 55, 5300 for the 15 watt is literally just student and business grade processors. And then anything above that, you'll be able to get it. Deanie, Cisco, with the tier 1, 38 months in a row.
Whoa.
Thanks, buddy. Here, have this. Fucking great. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Hope you're well, legend.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So, so from that side, I've got to praise AMD so far, what they've done with, literally with what they've done with their CPUs for 2020 and 2021, which is great. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry.
Still good?
Sorry.
All right. So
the one thing as well, I just wanted to touch on before we do move on as well. One thing as well, I was talking about how they were aiming at the gaming sector from AMD. The one thing I was really impressed by as well was their battery life. I touched on it on the start there as well.
Yeah.
But they were saying that, with video playback, say you're sitting there, with their mobile CPUs, they're expecting around 21 to 22 hours. Of battery life.
Don't
and
believe
if
that.
you're hardcore gaming, 17.5, somewhere around there. And I was I was genuinely impressed with those numbers as well for gaming. So yeah, big thumbs up, AMD. Keep working hard on that gaming sector. You're definitely making waves.
But definitely 100%. What they say there, that's just a CPU on its own. When you include a GPU, if it's AMD dedicated or Nvidia, you'll be lucky if you get 3 hours, 4 hours maximum.
Exactly.
If you're running a 3070 or 3080,
but at least at the core, that you're getting. You know what I mean? Like at least at the core, the battery life is, because I know that previous AMD models have definitely been a big factor in chewing up that battery life.
Yeah. So key girls, I'm excited to be able to pick fresh lettuce. Ooh, I've actually watched I was actually watching a stream. You were doing some gardening. So going to our next topic for CES 2021, Asus unveils a new ROG monitor, keyboard, and mouse. Now, I've been thinking about this for a while. Like, I've literally just changed back to a 34-inch. Right? So I've gone back to a PG348Q and moved away from my 3 PG279Qs. So I had 3 27-inch monitors. I'm using one here, and I've got a 348Q in front of me, which is great. And then my son and my daughter inherited the other two for the moment. They don't retail, $1,500 each now, but obviously it's still top end. It's a top end IPS monitor anyway. But I have been looking at maybe going 4K.
Heck yeah.
I don't know though. Obviously, I'm actually waiting because I'm particularly waiting to get a 3090. So that is my goal at the moment is to get a 3090. I've had 3080s in here. I've had 6800 XT, 6800s. The 6800 XT video will be out hopefully next couple of days. So you guys will see the review on that. I'm hanging to see a 3900, and most likely because of the stock and there's literally no one's got nothing here. Been MSI, Gigabyte, all the brands here that I actually obviously deal with at the studio. They either went to obviously the top tier reviewers in Australia, or there is no samples or actually review samples left at this stage until obviously there's nothing here. So we're getting there's no events, no nothing. So there's no reason for HQ to send GPUs here when there's nothing for them to actually do anything for it. Yeah. So I might end up buying one. And if I had to get a 3090, I'll probably upgrade to a 4K monitor.
Yeah.
And when I saw this, the PG32UQ from Asus or ROG, I just sort of fell in love with it because it's actually like really good in between a 27-inch and a 34-inch. And then a friend of mine who's been busting my balls, he's actually got the G9 Samsung 49-inch. I'm thinking, is that too big? But he loves it. So I don't know. I'm sort of caught in between. Like, guys, what do you think of the chat? Do you guys actually think do you prefer to go 4K or just stick with ultra wide and stay with the ultra wide monitor? Say that in the chat. And we'll get back into that. But we'll look at the Royal Claymore first. So I've actually got
keyboard.
Yeah, I've actually
got. I like the idea of it. I think the micro keyboards, the mini keyboards are definitely with the Ducky series sort of being so successful. I think we're seeing TKL, more and more styles of this mini keyboard. We've seen Corsair, Razer, and all that bring out theirs late last year, if not start of last year, and ROG are now jumping on that as well. But what I love is that they're adding the add-on key, the numpad.
Well, that's first generation, So this is second generation. So what you can do with this, you can actually put the numpad from here to here. You can swap it from side to side. Yeah,
it's cool, isn't it?
Or you can use it, or you can just remove the numpad and have it as TKL. What they've done with this version is obviously it's wireless, and they've actually had optical blue mechanical switches as well, which they're calling the ROG RX blue optical mechanical switches. And then you've got the Gladius 3 wireless mouse as well. So they've done a fair bit so far, but this keyboard here, I've actually spoken to Asus about this and see if they can send me a sample, but the only sample in Australia is a production copy. So it's literally like first generation coming off the plant. So they're going to wait until they get the retail versions in here, and then I'm hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to get my own version here. Now, actually, I really want to try it at the moment. So
I love the flexibility. I love giving the player or the owner the flexibility to take the numpad off, go left to right, whatever your setup is. Everyone's got a setup, different setup, different thing. I love the wireless technology. I think wireless technology is just going to get bigger and better to the point where you're going to have there's zero delay these days. Do you know what I mean? We're coming from an era growing up, Lee, when we were back on Warcraft and if you had anything wireless, it was there was some latency there. So I'm really excited to see that that we've got we've got some flexibility.
It's actually missing a few keys. This is the first generation.
There you go.
So if you look at this is first generation of Claymore. They have changed a lot. So even the style design looks completely different. And then
thinner as well. Wireless,
you got this bit here. So the numpad slips into this side, or you just pull the cap off from this side, and it slips into that. So you can change from left to right. To be honest, I actually use this keyboard primarily as a TKL, so I just use it like this. And it was literally my keyboard when I used to go landing or go to a mate's house and so forth, because it was easy to handle and it was small. But yeah, fantastic. This has got the red switches on here, but I would love to see their RX blue optical switches in the new Claymore 2.
Yeah, no, I love the look, and I love the flexibility of adding and taking off the numpad. I really think that's a big tick. Moving on to the Gladius as well, I really like the look of this mouse. A lot of success and a lot of similarities I'm seeing here with the Razer Death Adder. Obviously, the Razer Death Adder, the version 2 mouse has been so successful, so popular for so long. The style, the look of it, the weight of it, everyone has always loved. Obviously being Razer though, but this looks no different. If you have a look at the styles, the specs, the weight, it's very similar to modern day mouse, but it just looks clean. I love it. I'm not a big fan of the mouses these days by shedding weight, by cutting holes in their mouse and stuff like that. I think it still looks like a clean, strong mouse. 89 grams, as you can see there in the blurb as well, which isn't too bad. I think like one of the lightest mouses at the moment is around 59 grams, so you're still not too far off that market there.
20 grams, you'll barely feel 20 grams, but yeah.
Yep.
There was a question here in the chat. So Kitty goes, So what's the difference between a normal keyboard and one specific to gaming? So I've actually said in the I was writing while you were talking, is be more specific to the question. So particularly you're talking about a specific gaming keyboard or just like, well, you would actually say both. So you got the Logitech G915, which is a gaming keyboard, but it looks business. So you can actually use it for both. Or are you looking particularly about key heights? It all depends, Kitty Girl. So specifically, it is not really a gaming keyboard. It all depends on pretty much what the keyboard comes with and specifics to your needs. So type of keycaps they use, if it's, you know, if it's blue or reds, for example, or browns, or RX blue optical switches now. Do you want low profile keyboards? There's no specific gaming keyboard. It's literally what you see online or what you see at the shop is what's more suited to your needs. So for me personally, I like to have the volume rockers on mine. Volume, like say, you know, the media keys, which are hard media keys, so it's not the FN sort of style. USB input as well. So that's what I look for in a keyboard particularly. But bar from that, that's pretty much as far as I go with it. So I'm using the MK830 at the moment, or the MK850 I should say, and it's a fantastic keyboard. I love it. It's actually really comfortable. Price is, yeah, not cheap. MK850, what are they going for now? So it's a $245 keyboard. So this is what I'm currently using now. So if you guys can hear me typing away, that's what I'm currently using. Obviously, it's sponsored by Cooler Master, and you can see here. So it's got the volume rockers on here. Media keys, yeah, it's RGB. I just have it on white. But yeah, so and this is pretty much like a massive bonus for me. I love it. Having the palm rest, it's really, really cushiony and comfortable. So yeah, 100%
with comfort. I would agree with Lee. It's when we're playing games for, you know, significant hours. Yeah, a lot of the games these days, you know, are a good few solid hours of session to get the most out of the game, and you don't want to be. You don't want to be, you know, having a keyboard that's uncomfortable or non-ergonomic. So I think when it comes to what Lee was saying there about having a gaming keyboard, I think as long as it's comfortable, it's a gaming keyboard. Do you know what I mean? It's going to do everything that you want it to do. If you want it to be flashing at you in RGB, then obviously you're going to pay more for that. But 100% get yourself something with a wrist rest and give yourself something that's, you know, not too, you know, I see a lot of, you know, keyboards that are like, you know, almost parallel sort of off the thing. You want to make sure that, you know, that it's your wrists and your hand type are comfortable for a long gaming session. That's for sure.
Well, it's also too like there is other particular gaming keyboards out there with low latency and wireless, and you got you know, you got a lot of different key features.
Mechanical switches as well. If you go into depth of it, you know, red, blue, and brown. And
exactly right.
What's your flavor? What's it sound like? You know, there's a lot to it, but at the end of the day, I just go for comfort. But I've been fortunate enough as well, actually, while Lee's entertaining, I've been testing.
You want to come say hello?
Cooler Master CK550 version 2, which doesn't come with an attached wrist rest, but it actually comes with an attachable wrist rest, which is just like like a pad at the bottom that you can move around. It doesn't connect to the keyboard or anything like that. You can kind of see it, but it's just a foam mat that actually can go just to beneath the keyboard. Been quite comfortable, very great keyboard as well. Good option as well. But for those in the market looking for new keyboards, maybe it's something we can definitely do some reviews on.
What?
You can't see it. Okay. This is junior PC 419. This is Noah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Oh God. Don't you love working from home? So how'd you find the CK?
I liked it a lot. I did a test for a few friends and stuff like that before sending it off to them. I liked it. I liked the idea of the wrist rest just pretty much being a sponge that you could put anywhere, sort of thing. Yeah. It was quite comfortable as well. Mm-hmm. I was a big fan of the actual look of the keyboard, the actual feel of the keyboard. This was the tactile brown switches as well.
Yeah.
The one thing I had a few issues with the Cooler Master software. The Cooler Master, I think it's called Master, is it, or something like that? I can't think off the top of my head. A few issues with that one, but nothing that was groundbreaking.
Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, going back to keyboard. So if you're looking at that, yeah, thanks, Kitty. That's it's a big jump to see what you want, and it's pretty much goes down to what you like, and that's literally what it is. And if you go out to a retail store, you literally go have a feel of it. If they've got obviously versions out there you can actually feel and type with, all well and good. For mine, when I choose a keyboard, or this is how I choose it, right? When I choose a keyboard, a mouse, and a monitor, I put a lot of money into that because it's been used every single day, and that's how I see it. Like if I'm going to be looking at something, if I'm typing on something, on using a mouse, for example, this is not something that you might use once a month or once every couple of weeks. If you're using it daily, get something that's comfortable, enjoy it, spend a bit more money. And don't sort of skimp on that part, because the monitor, one, you're looking at it every day. Keyboard, you're typing it on all day, every day, and the mouse, you're playing with it. So it's one of those things. Just if you that short of actually purchasing the one that you want, don't skimp out like that $50-$60 to go buy something else. Wait for it, buy what you want, and enjoy what you've got. Exactly, that's how I see it. My keyboard is disgusting. I actually need to pull out the keys off and watch it. Yeah. To be honest, I'm like Poy Mark. I actually clean mine at least once a week. I've got like that fucking dust blower thingy. That really high speed. I've got one of those, and I just blow mine out, and it's literally clean every single week. So
yeah.
Probably the best thing to try and do that.
I'm OCD with it. I'm OCD with cleaning up my PC once a month, cleaning all the dust out of it. My keyboard, my setup here is always tight, so clean. So get it together, Kitty.
There you go. All right, so this was a strange one from Nvidia. So they've released an RTX 3060 graphics card and it's retailing for $329 USD. Now, this graphics card has 12 gig of VRAM in there, where a 3070 or a 3080 only has 8 gig of VRAM. Mind you, it's 12 gig of GDDR6, so it's not GDDR6X. And then you've got the 3060 Ti as well. I don't know why they would have released this, particularly like now with this much VRAM in there. I think the VRAM is more of a marketing ploy. But particularly with this GPU jumping in the mix now, and obviously you can't buy it. It's not fucking. Any GPU at this stage, whatever's been released in the marketplace, is going to be very hard to find. Is for $329 if you are playing at 1080p, if you are playing literally esports titles, or you want to play AAA titles at 1080p and not worry about ray tracing or anything like that. $329 USD. What's that convert to Australian dollars? So 329 USD to AUD is 423. Add the bullshit tax and retail marketing here, so it'd be about a $500 graphics card. Is actually not too bad. I'm actually hoping to get one of these fucking graphics cards very soon. But as you can see here on this chart, and I did actually speak about this briefly last week. So they've sort of matched up the 3060 with the 2060 and GTX 1060. So if you look at the black dots, just the GTX 1060. So this is what it actually does, particularly with it's got ray tracing and DLSS. So with Kingdoms, you're getting 30 with a 1080, and with the 3060, you're getting between 60 and say 65 frames. Division 2, it actually has got a bit of a big jump on that one. And then Shadow of the Tomb Raider with ray tracing and DLSS, you get roughly getting about 70 frames per second. Watch Dogs, flat 60. Fortnite with RT and DLSS 2.0, you're getting about 69 frames, and Cyberpunk you're getting an average about 60 frames per second, let's say 62 frames per second.
Not bad. I mean, I think the 2080 Ti still stands around that as well, but I think
it definitely would. Yeah, 100%.
To get into the newer era, that's definitely some good specs, isn't it? Yeah, I mean.
Well, like I said, this is just a chart from when Nvidia done their keynote, so I don't really sort of trust it until I actually see it in person. I'm hoping to maybe get one in the studio to actually do a few benchmarking for myself. But like again, this is literally, and as it says on here, it's 1080p, so it's literally aimed for the 1080p gaming. Maybe with the more VRAM, they're talking, it's maybe pushed to streamers, I would say. So it's an actual sort of decent GPU to obviously have. If you're using up 12 gig of VRAM, you can play pretty much, AAA titles with one GPU and have a streaming PC at the same time. That's maybe the reason why we went for 12 gig, or literally it's the marketing ploy, because obviously the RX series is 1600, 6700, 6900 XT. We've all got 16 gig of RAM. So yeah, it's probably something to sort of try and beat AMD and something. But what do you think?
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely, it's definitely giving the consumer more opportunities, more sort of, space to get into the market. I like the idea of, that, someone that can't get, can't afford or doesn't want the 3070, 3080, something like that. I think you're giving them another opportunity to get into the 30 series and give them a decent card. If it was me, though, obviously just doing a bit of reviewing and stuff like that, I would save a little bit more money. I'd probably try and get a 2080 Ti or something like that because of the spec wise and stuff like that. But I definitely think that it's it's a great opportunity. And look, the more cards, the more a chance we're going to have to get one, hopefully. So, but look, I think they're definitely doing the right thing by bringing it out. They've always had a 3060 card, so we were expecting it as well. And obviously for that price point, you're definitely helping out the consumer base as well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hard one to say, to be honest, when they're trying to release a card. Like even what I heard news today, I didn't put it into the doc because I actually want to give it a bit more, say another day or two to mature. So I heard that Nvidia releasing the 2060 and the 2070s again. Really? Like a full release, because there's no cards available, so they're actually re-releasing those cards out again. And putting them back in the market in the retail stores. So I don't know what's going on. So I've actually left that topic off for the moment because I saw it today and I was going to put it in, and I was going to get you guys obviously to see what your input is about that and why would they release it? Yeah, why would they release another 20 series cards? But yeah, that's just, I don't know.
It's been one of the worst launches. Look, we throw the COVID blanket on it, but one of the worst launches has been in history of all tech stuff has been the Nvidia launch. That was just
and Demiron and AMD, and there's been a bit of a paper launch as well. Like you cannot buy AMD cards anywhere.
Yeah.
So
I've never been in the world where, and maybe because of, let's say, obviously, okay, you're at the tech company, you've had, it's a tougher year. You can't put out as much as you want. You can't do as much marketing. You can't do shows and stuff like that. I get that. But then we also throw in maybe a lot more people are now staying at home. A lot more people are working from home. A lot more people running meetings. A lot more people, Twitch especially has seen the biggest increase of people wanting to stream or streaming this last year in its history. I'm talking like 8.59 million streamers on the platform or something like that last year because of COVID. So all those people, you got to justify that some of those people want the latest and greatest for their PC as well. Do you know what I mean? They've their family found the dream of streaming or found the game that they love. Cyberpunk coming out as well. People wanting to run that. Apart from
have you played that? Have you played Cyberpunk?
Yeah, I have. I had.
What about you guys in the chat?
I got halfway through, no bugs. I was clean through. I was loving it, and then I got the crafting bug. I'm not sure if you've heard of that, but I'd crafted too much that my game file size was too big for the game to handle, and it corrupted the game file. So, and I lost everything. So, yeah, I wasn't happy.
No, you wouldn't be happy. All right, so going to our next topic for tonight, which I was actually really interested in this one, particularly because of what Nvidia sort of released in their mobile GPU market. So there was a few. So post perfect with YD. What? YDW. What
do you mean? That's what.
Perfect. Oh, what do you mean? Sorry.
What do you mean? Yeah.
I'm bad.
So Fanel and I have been playing a lot together. Funnily enough, we were playing it together side by side, chatting about it and stuff like that. He got straight through, no issues, no bugs. Problems. He was having a great time, and I'm sitting there with a crafting bug. So,
So particularly with this, so they've released an RTX 3060 mobile, 3070 and 3080. Now, I've actually got these in my notes. So as you can see how it's the 3060 is 1.3 times faster than a PS5 at 90 FPS at 1080p gaming and laptops starting at 909. So it's faster than a 2080 Super as well. The 3070 Mobile is 1.5 times faster than an RTX 2070 at 90 FPS for the latest games, 1440p, and laptops beginning at $1299. And then the RTX, and then it's got the RTX 3080 with GPU with 16 gig of DDR6 memory to achieve over 100 FPS. Now, the problem we have here is we've seen issues, not sort of issues. They're stating that the RTX 3080 Mobile is literally a 1080 Ti desktop variant, right? Performance in a mobile GPU, which isn't bad. Yeah. Like it's not a bad thing, but you're literally buying what, 2 generations behind, or actually three generations behind. You're not buying 3 generations behind tech. You're buying performance. So a 1080 Ti still runs fantastic till today. Like, don't get me wrong, if you're not using DLSS or not using ray tracing, a 1080 Ti is still a great card to have. But when you're spending this much money on a laptop and you are buying a 3000 series GPU, particularly, you would want close to at least maybe 20% less than the desktop variant, or then you are buying a 1080 Ti variant. That's what I'm looking at the moment. And I don't know, that's the sort of pure gimmick that I'm saying at the moment. I'm actually getting a 3000 series laptop very, very soon. So I think MSI sent me one. So I want to see what it actually performs, particularly against my 2070. So I've got a 2070 on in my Aorus laptop, and I'm using a 28 Super at the moment. So if they hopefully give me a 3070 or a 3080, I actually want to do a massive comparison against what my desktop can do, and compared to my other laptop, and compared to this new 3000 series laptop as well. What I've seen so far in performance charts is, you know, when you're seeing 1080 Ti performance in a laptop, desktop variant, I should say, that's, I can't see it. Like, I really can't. I can't really say about spending that much money on a laptop and getting that much performance out of it. What do you reckon?
No, I'm the same. I've always been from the get go that a laptop for me, I mean, I've never been needing to travel and have the performance of a gaming laptop when I travel. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm guessing that, you know, there's consumer out there, there's people out there that did. I mean, obviously, again, the lack of travel is probably probably hurting the laptop you know, market, if anything, because less people are traveling, less people are needing new laptops, you know, less businesses are upgrading their laptops because they're all keeping their people at home or working from home, sort of thing. But I've never really seen the need for a high performance gaming laptop at that price when I, you know, could spend so much more on my desktop PC. I mean, I've always been a desktop PC gamer, and, you know, look, I've got a laptop, but, you know, it's for multimedia. It's for, you know, the kids to watch, you know, DVDs and stuff like that on, or movies and stuff like that. It's more of a multimedia sort of tool rather than as a gaming machine. So it doesn't interest me. I think that it's amazing that the performance they're putting into these laptops. I worry about heat dissipation. I know that you did an amazing test of a really powerful laptop late last year that people can check out on the YouTube. But for me, with that amount of performance and that into laptops, how they dissipate the heat and stuff like that in such a small machine is very interesting to me.
Yeah, it is, mate.
A lot of hardware, you know, a lot of you know, high performance hardware is going to generate a lot of heat. So
that's correct. That's right. Exactly right. Looking at, so Kitty apparently I've been actually considering seeking a career in radio recently. That's great, pretty good. I've been doing stuff.
I've got a face for radio.
Yeah, similar to Twitch, but not since it was 12. Yeah, my mate's telling me that it's because of being commercial radio for like 20 years. Well, why not? If you can do it, try and get it done. Not a problem at all. I'm going to jump straight into our gaming topic for tonight. Like I said, guys, it's going to be a bit of a short talking tech tonight, so we'll try and get as much as we can done. But as we can see from here, so Arc 2 release date teased for next gen systems, and apparently Vin Diesel is in the actual trailer of this one. Have you guys actually watched this? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. No, I've never played the Arc series. It's never been one that I've gotten into. I've always sort of skipped over it. So
we can watch this little sort of clip here at the moment. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There he is. Vin Diesel.
Vin.
Yeah, actually, it looks fucking pretty good. Who here actually played Ark, the original Ark, and how many hours did you guys actually put into it? I started playing it a fair bit at the start. Not like, I wouldn't say right at the start of Ark when it first got released. It was probably at least a year into it. But I got bored of it. But if they release a game that looks fucking similar like this, like in graphics wise, it will definitely look good. Have you played Ark much?
No, I've never played it. Never played
the series. Really?
No, never been one that I've gotten into. Just always missed the boat. Always had other things that are sort of, played instead. Giving me very Horizon Zero Dawn vibes though.
Yeah. So Dark Angel goes, I'll put 496 hours in Ark Survival. And then Kitty's like, yes, please. I'd love me a piece of that man candy.
Fair enough.
But you wouldn't like that, yeah, Kitty? Like dressed up in his caveman outfit?
I think maybe. Good to see Vin hasn't lost his step.
No, yeah.
Fast and Furious.
So Ark being released very, very soon. I think it's coming out in 2022. So if you guys want to get into that, also you can just obviously follow probably Ark Survival Evolved on their Twitter and keep you up to date. Yeah, it looks pretty good, isn't it? So you can be up to date with the new Ark 2 being released. I think it is in 2022 when it gets released. Oh, okay, there you go. And then our last topic for tonight, guys, we have the game is being released in 2021. So it's probably something I literally want to sort of quickly cover over and see what is going to be coming out in 2021. So this is one of my favorite things I actually want to see. So release date of January 20th, which was yesterday. Hitman 3.
It looks so good.
It does look awesome.
Massive fan of the Hitman series.
Yeah,
I love the Hitman games. Yeah. Man. I've been watching a couple of my favorite streamers playing it. It just looks good. It just looks good. I'm a big fan of Hitman. I always have been. I've loved the, I think back when Hitman first released, I'm not sure if you remember when it first came back.
Of course
it must have been like
PlayStation
2, PlayStation 1, somewhere around there. The graphics on it for that era was just
how good was it?
Mind-boggling. Do you remember that? Like when it came out, it was just like, oh my god, you could see the fiber wire and him strangling them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those iconic series that I grew up with that I love, and I can't wait to get into Hitman 3. Released last night at midnight. I'm very excited to play it.
Have you got it already?
I have got it. Yeah.
Oh, you've got it. Okay. Yeah, I've got to get it. I will definitely get it. I'll definitely be playing it.
I just, it's not everyone's type of game. It's, it's slow paced. It's, mythological, but gives me the growing up vibes.
Yeah, exactly. Super Mario 3D World and Bowser Fury as well looks pretty good, and that's coming out. The latest Wii U port over the Switch. Actually, I'll probably download that for myself. So I've got a Switch. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake. I'll definitely be playing that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Monster Hunter Rise as well, coming out on March 26. New Pokemon Snap.
Hey.
So people will be jumping onto that 100%. Deathloop, I have no idea. I've actually gone through this before already, but I don't know what Deathloop is about. I've never even looked at it. And then you got TBA ones coming out, so 2021. You got Ratchet and Clank, Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, Far Cry 6 will be coming out as well. In
looks
2021.
amazing. The trailers
Mass
on that looks really good.
Effect Legendary Edition. So I've never played any of the Mass Effect games. A few of my friends have actually been busting my balls to actually play this game.
Yeah, massive cult following.
Yeah, they said if you like Star Wars,
a lot of people.
Yeah, if you're a massive Star Wars fan, to get actually play Mass Effect, you'll really enjoy it. Gran Turismo 7. My God, I haven't played this game in God knows how long.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Halo Infinite is coming out in the fall of 2021. So
again, cult following will look good.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings Gollum. So I'm a massive Lord of the Rings fan, but I don't think I'll play the game playing Gollum. It'll be boring, to be honest. Horizon Forbidden West.
Looks amazing.
God of War Ragnarok.
Looks even more incredible.
Resident Evil Village. I will probably shit my pants playing this game. I shit my pants playing this game.
Looks scary as fuck, and I love it.
Yeah. And that is it for the and be more published coming out. Obviously, more games are coming out in 2021.
One that I'm excited for, and I know there's a few people that I've been talking to it for as well. The Outriders. It's a Square Enix game. It's not announced there, but Outriders April just been delayed, April 1st. But Outriders by Square Enix is another big title this year that I'm excited for.
Exactly. All right, guys, but I seriously wanted to thank everyone for joining in for Talking Tech tonight. I just want to thank you, Ricky, as well. So I'm sorry I had those sort of audio issues. I might try and grab you maybe for like half an hour sometime this week to see if we can get that sorted out from my end. It sounds good for you guys, but to me, Ricky sounds like a robot. But that's not his issue. Too much to look alike fully to play as God. Fuck off. You're a fucking
cosplay stream.
Yeah, cosplay stream, exactly. But yeah, guys, I want to thank our sponsors for the show. So Coolmaster, head over to coolmaster.com for all your hardware needs. Obviously, you've got liquid cooling cases, power supplies, and you've got peripherals as well. And then you got Tesoro Tech with their gaming chairs that can be purchased from Scorp Tech. But guys, thank you once again for joining in. Thank you, Ricky. And what we'll do is let's raid someone else tonight. Who can we raid? Who can we raid tonight?
Take your pick, mate. Take your pick. Any community members streaming tonight?
I don't know. I'm actually grabbing the wrong part of the stream. Let's have a look here quickly. Thanks, Kitty. Let's have a look here quickly. 1 second. Who we got here? Who can we raid? It's sort of in the low numbers. Yeah, let's raid Von. We'll raid Vonnie. Guys, if you haven't seen Von, check out his stream. If you haven't checked out Ricky's stream as well, Ricky, can you put your link in the chat as well for everyone to have a look at?
So unprepared. Yep.
Just do it. Come on, I know you're there, mate.
There we go.
Yeah. We're gonna raid Vonnie. Hit him a follow. Watch what he's playing at the moment as well. And where is all my shit gone? I'll just not manually once again. Raid. All right. Here we go, guys. It's going to be raiding with all our viewers. Thank you very much for joining in, and we will see you guys next Wednesday for Talking Tech. It'll be at 8:30, roughly. But guys, thanks once again, and we'll see you next time. If that raid went through, well, I'll keep here for a second.